Now, because we have an audience which thankfully is a lot smarter than Maya Tousi's audience.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Hello everyone and welcome to the second video of the night. As you guys might have seen, a couple of days ago I made a video about Novara Media and how they are expanding their operation. They are going to be asking for more donations to be able to fund their projects and be able to pay their staff. And on their YouTube channel, they've come back with a counter video to argue against what I said in a very interesting way. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to show you the clip and I'm going to react to their reaction.
All of us at Novara Media have been blown away by the support we've got in our latest fundraising drive, so we can expand our operation in the new year. However, one person whose blood pressure exploded when an alternative media outlet asked for financial support was Maya Tousi. He is a right-wing YouTuber who...
So apparently, Novara Media are also now experts in medical and scientific issues. How do you know my blood pressure is exploding? I'm absolutely fine, guys. I'm very healthy, and I hope you guys are doing well too.
Often appears on talk radio.
So the reason I'm doing this is because to show the hypocrisy of these people. They started it as a volunteer organization because they said, "Oh, we're not capitalists. You know, we don't need money. We're all fine." Then they realized life is tough. You need to raise revenue. You need to pay yourselves. You know, you can't just go outside Starbucks and wait for people to give you free coffee.
I mean, those arguments are so stupid. Ash, I want your take on this because...
First response, it's just stupid. Now they're going to actually break it down and say why it's stupid.
And he was using your image there, but also I've seen in your sort of mentions the past week, so many people saying, because you're doing a fundraising drive, that undermines your claim to be a communist.
So that's the thing. So again, if you haven't actually seen the first video that I did, it was about the fact that the Novara Media started as a volunteer organization, and now they're trying to expand, so they're going to obviously raise money. These are the people who have always been attacking capitalism. They got the whole thing completely wrong, because now they're saying that, well, we're never against salaries or making money. I never even said that you're completely against it. You're completely against the whole system and the establishment, because these are the people who go around and say that people who make profit, you know, companies, businesses, it's just greed. Unless it's people on the left doing with their organization, then they say, oh no, we're doing it for good intention, so we don't really count. They say all bosses, business bosses, are just greedy. Even though those businesses making those profits and revenues for their organizations create jobs, they pay other people's salaries, they invest, they create new products. But for them, they say that all the others who do capitalism, they do it for the wrong reasons and it's all bad. Whether it's like, oh, now Novara Media, we're doing it, it's for good reasons. It's a hypocrisy of that, but also these are the people who go around and say right-wing groups and think tanks, organizations getting donations, they always go out and say, who funds you? Who funds you? Whereas when it comes to themselves, it doesn't matter who funds us. These are smart people who fund us. Let's continue.
I mean, look, what Maya Tousi is saying is stupid, but I'll give him this. He isn't remarkable at all in his stupidity. There's lots of people, including people who are far smarter than him and should know better, who decide that anybody who participates in the economy in any way by working, by receiving payment, by making a purchase is automatically a capitalist. Now,
I did not say that, did I, Ash?
this isn't something which anyone with a passing familiarity with Marx, anyone who's serious about ideas, would ever think in a million years. The problem that Marx had with capitalism wasn't with the idea that people receive payment, right? Access to the means of survival in return for their work. That is not what Marx said.
I agree. And, you know, I didn't argue against that. The whole point, firstly, the problem with Karl Marx, and Ash Sarkar is going to talk about communism and how no one understands communism, because even you guys don't understand, because you always make different routes. The problem with Karl Marx is that he got the whole thing wrong. He got his predictions wrong about capitalism. He got the whole mentality about society and how humans work, he got it wrong. And how he thought that capital and the way we do capitalism will create exploitation naturally, and it will create more greed, negative greed.
What socialism is, or what communism is is not a huge expansion of the volunteer sector where people are just scrabbling along on subsistence in order to pursue the very pure joy of backbreaking work. It's laughable, but it's one of those things which sounds easy because when no one knows what communism is, because it's just, scary reds under the beds or completely discredited as.
It's scary because of what communism has done to this world. Millions of people have lost their lives. Millions of people got into poverty. Millions of people in slavery because of communism. That's why people are scared of communism, because of what they do. And also, you're right. It's not about, pushing volunteer mentality. It's done by force and centralization. The fantasy idea of how socialism was supposed to be, just encourage everyone to be friendly and share. The moment you realize you can't do it, you have to force humans to do it, that's why it failed. That's why even the socialists don't even know which type of socialist they're going to be. They disagree with each other.
Ideology so discredited that you don't have to bother learning about it. Hucksters and grifters like Mr. Tousi are able to make a fairly decent living for themselves. And I would just also like to correct him on a point of fact, though he's never struck me as somebody to whom facts are particularly important. Novara Media did not start.
You can't just say that without actually having evidence. It's like, randomly calling someone stupid and saying, oh, this person doesn't do facts. Well, provide some evidence, Ash. That would be amazing.
As a volunteer organisation because we thought that would be the really communist thing to do and it would corrupt us indelibly to be paid for our work. We started as a volunteer organisation because there was space for a left-wing media outlet in this country and there was not funding that was available to us.
There was space for a left-wing media outlet in this country? Have you seen the media outlets in this country? Also, considering the left, from political parties to their think tanks to their trade unions, organizations on the left are able to raise a lot of funds. That's just how it works. But again, whether it's trade unions or other organizations, whether it's voluntary or not, or even charities that are activist charities. So firstly, she says there was a gap in the market. There's always a gap in the market when it comes to alternative media, and I'm encouraging it, whether it's left or right. I want Novara Media to exist. It's healthy. But firstly, now she's saying that all media is right-wing, so we needed to have an alternative left-wing media, but no one was ever going to fund it. Firstly, why do you need funding in that sense? I didn't start this channel by asking for money. This channel was not based, even right now, on just donations. This channel we have a business model. We get obviously the ad revenue. We have our merchandise, and we have a membership club. This is not plain donations. We give things in return. It's called capitalism. Free exchange of the goods and services that we have. So even here, I didn't actually start it by asking for money, and I have no problem with any project or organization that happens to be operating based on donations, like political parties. Nothing wrong with it. But I didn't even do that. If I could start this from scratch in my living room, a couple of years ago, and just do it based on a business model, you guys have been around for 10 years, and now you're still asking for money without actually providing anything useful.
Pay ourselves first while still investing in the actual product. We had to make a choice between, do we set up a media organization or do we pay people with a small amount of money that we were able to crowdfund at the time? Now, because we have an audience which thankfully is a lot smarter than Maya Tousi's audience, we have enough coming in.
Wait, what was that again?
Because we have an audience which thankfully is a lot smarter than Maya Tousi's audience.
Okay, there's an issue with this. So clearly she said that their subscribers are smarter than our subscribers. But then the point that she's trying to make is that because of that, they'll raise more funding. Listen to this.
Donations and subscriptions to not only pay.
So that's the thing. So she's now basically saying there's a correlation between being smarter and being smart and donating money. So that the smarter you are, the more money you will donate to whatever you believe in. Not sure that's how life works. There are people with various views, various level of intellect. If they believe in something, they will donate to that cause. Whether it's the 1930s Germany, to the Labour Party, to the Tory Party, smart people, not so smart people, intellectually or academically. That's not how it works. That you're smarter, so you have more money to donate. Really?
Selves to not only cover the costs of producing this content, but to grow as an organization. Now, thank goodness for our audience who are just that bit more discerning, because I swear to God, if I ever caught any one of you slipping in the comments about, oh, it's not communist to get paid for your work, I'm shutting down the whole YouTube channel.
Guys, we have a solution. Go on the comment section and say that. If you want to know, do not shut down the Novara media. That was a joke. We're not like these people. Do not be nasty. Be nice. Be kind.
I'm sorry. Game over for the whole thing.
Ash, we have a process. We have a process. You can't just shut down the YouTube channel.
Ash, you can't. We have a process. See? We have to go with the process.
We are a fairly non-hierarchical organisation. We're not anarchists, but it's no one is exploiting anyone else at Novara Media. And as Ash,
okay, I watched this a couple of times before I obviously uploaded it, and that's the problem I have. I know they didn't say anything like directly in this, but he's saying that they're giving a lot of credit to themselves, praising themselves, saying that we have this flat thing and we don't exploit our employees. You're essentially implying that the majority of businesses out there, exploitation is a norm, and how Novara Media, as a left-wing business, we're so special. No, we don't exploit. Majority of businesses don't exploit anymore. This is not the 19th century, guys. So, in the name of compassion, they always have to be so special and angels.
Said socialism and Marxism is an opposition to exploitation, not an opposition to getting paid.
Every time.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at how stupid those points were. But I'm sure if he goes on to talk radio,
if you guys want to watch this again, the whole thing, do a drinking game. Every time they use the word stupid, you have to drink. Take a shot. You will be very drunk by the end.
All of that, he'll have the host going like, "Oh, that's a very smart opinion which someone has come in here to tell us," because that's the kind of undiscerning opinion they respond.
See, now you just said that my Tousi is going to go on talk radio, and the presenter will do that. You're now talking about an actual reputable media outlet that's obviously Ofcom based. You're saying that the way you're now criticizing an outlet like Talk Radio or LBC or others is as if there's some sort of radical rogue alternative that, he's going to go on Talk Radio, and Talk Radio will be like, my Tousi is right. What are you trying to gain by insulting every single person that you oppose in terms of their views? Well, that was certainly interesting and definitely unnecessary the way Novara Media did that video, especially, as I just said, attacking a reputable outlet like Talk Radio, an Ofcom regulated outlet. These places like the LBC and obviously Talk Radio have to answer to the regulators and the government, but you're treating them. Again, it goes back to the way the left always have to insult anyone who they disagree with. And, organizations like Novara Media or this channel, we are here to share our ideas to hopefully change some people's minds on certain issues. But Ash, you won't be able to do that by insulting people. And don't insult my subscribers. And on that note, I want to say a massive thank you to my subscribers and supporters of this channel for backing us throughout the whole journey. And you have helped us create this alternative platform when it comes to daily news. You've helped us, and because of that, we are the media. Thank you for watching. I'm Tousi, and I'll see you guys, my subscribers, in the next video.